This show first aired Saturday, December 7th, 2013. Hey there, listeners! Welcome to Denver Tech Live. I'm Bill Holshoe, President and CEO of Denver Computer Solutions. And this is Denver Tech Live. And we are here to help you solve technical issues. So if you could give us a call, and if you have any questions, it's 720-420-9276. That's 720-420-9276. We'll be glad to help you out, and we're here every Saturday from 1 p.m. to 1:50 p.m. And we do this show every week. So give us a call and join us and talk to us about technical stuff. And if you're having computer issues or something like that, give us a call. We'll help you out. I do own Denver Computer Solutions. I do repair computers for people. And we do a fantastic job at Denver Computer Solutions. So, got some cool topics for today to talk about for a little while. One of them is thermostats. That's right, thermostats, like you use in your home to control the temperature in your house. Our technical world has moved into that technology as well, and I think it's very cool. So, in what way is the topic? So, normally the thermostats that we use, the old style, if you had, for example, heat and air conditioning in your home, then the thermostat would have a switch on it. You could switch to heat, or you could switch it to air. So heat or cool, you just say on the thermostat switch, which means it can only do one of those functions at a time. So in the wintertime, when you switch it over to heat, your heater's on, and the thermostat's controlling the heat in the house, but not the cooling side, because in order to do that, you had to switch it over to cool. So the new thermostats now are no longer like that. It will automatically switch itself from heat to cool, whichever becomes necessary. So if you set your thermostat at 75 degrees and the temperature in your home drops down to 72 or 73, 74, the thermostat will kick the furnace on and heat the room back up to the desired temperature, 75 degrees. In the event that it happens to warm up outside and the temperature in your home rises to 76 or 77 degrees, then it automatically kicks on the cooling system, the air conditioner, and brings the temperature back down to 75, the desired temperature. So it's an automatic situation. It's very cool. And not only that, it's a very, very nice feature, but not extremely high-tech, but more than the old ones. The way it's probably more high-tech is they are now Wi-Fi compatible. So your thermostat is actually connected to your Wi-Fi network, which is very cool because you can actually change the settings on your thermostat from your phone. That's right, from your cell phone, because there's an app you download, put it on your phone, and it gives you access to your thermostat, and you can control the temperature up or down or whatever you need to do with the thermostat. Very, very cool. So let's say that, from what I understand, you can do it from anywhere as long as you can connect to your network. So I believe that if you were to leave your home and go on vacation in the wintertime and you forgot to turn your thermostat down to save money, you could do it remotely with your phone as long as you had that network access. So it's a very, very cool new thing that they have done. And I find it very interesting. It's very cool. So I thought I'd point that out to you, and some of you might be aware of that, but if you're not, there's a tip for you. So let's move on to our next section here, segment, and we'll talk about cell phones themselves. So back when I was a kid, I used to watch a movie or a TV show called Star Trek, which I'm sure we're all familiar with. And one of the things that was in that show that I thought was very neat was the communicator. Everybody on board had a communicator, so if you went down to the planet's surface you could talk to each other back and forth through your communicators, or if they were up on a ship, you could talk to them through your communicator. Just something I thought was absolutely fantastic and very cool. And now here we are, and we're all running around with communicators, our cell phones. So it really did become a reality. I think it's very cool. So Mr. Gene Roddenberry had a very good vision there when he saw that coming. And I think it's pretty neat that we can all have those. And not only can we communicate with them, now we can access the internet, do all kinds of different things with the different apps that are out there that we can download for our phones. And I really do enjoy being able to do that with my phone. It's very, very cool. And I'm sure that all of you do as well. And on that note, I would like to point out a couple of apps that I'm aware of now because I created them, Denver Computer Solutions. And they're pretty cool. One of them is called Hear, H-E-A-R. And I designed this app because I actually went with my cousin, and in certain situations he was not able to hear me. He wears a couple hearing aids, but he was not able to hear me because the hearing aids that he wears actually pick up sound from behind him. And in a room with other people there, I was in front of him, and he was not able to hear what I was saying because his hearing aids were picking up sound from behind him. So I thought about it, and I thought, it'd be kind of neat to make an app that would maybe help him out a little bit in certain situations. So I did just that. I worked on it, and I came up with an app, and I call it Hear. It's very cool. It allows him to either plug in headphones to his cell phone or Bluetooth headset, and he's able to kind of pick up sound from whatever direction he kind of wants with his phone. He can set it in front of him, or he can set it out to the side, or whatever. He could move it around so that he could hear from whatever direction he wanted. And we tested a little bit, and he was able to hear better with it, and he really liked it. So it's very cool. So it's called Hear, and it's available on Google Play. It's only $1, and it helps him, and I truly hope that it will help you. So if you need it, so check it out. It's very cool. I think you'll probably like it, and always evolving. Of course, there's always doing updates and modifications to it. Most recently, did an update so that it will. You can put your screen to sleep on your phone, and the app still stays active, so it's still functioning. Saving battery power, of course, because the screen's not on. So that's kind of an important thing there. And that has not been actually pushed yet, but it should be out by Monday for sure. But it is working, and has been update's been created, so it just has to be pushed up to the Google Play Store. So the one out there right now does not do that, but the one will as of Monday for sure. Possibly today, but Monday for sure. So that's one app that's out there. It's very cool, I think. Another one is very similar. We created. It's called Fly on the Wall. It's very similar. Uses a lot of the same principles, and it too uses a Bluetooth headset. You can connect it to it. It has to be a stereo Bluetooth headset, but you connect it to your cell phone. You run the app Fly on the Wall, and you can set the phone down wherever you like, and you can walk away from the phone. And as long as you're in Bluetooth range, you can hear whatever is said around that phone. For people talking, having a conversation, you'll be able to hear whatever they're saying. It's very cool. It's fun too. Kind of used it as a psychic tool. It was fun. I had some people sitting, and we were all sitting around, and I said, "Hey," I'm gonna show you guys something how psychic I really am, because you don't know. And so I had to turn the app on. The phone was sitting there. I said, "I'm gonna go outside, and you guys talk amongst yourselves and figure out, a word or something that you would like me to try to, psychically figure out what it is you were talking about, or what word it is, or whatever." So I left the room, put on my Bluetooth headset. They were talking, I could hear every word they said. And they came up with a word, and then I came back, and of course, I did the psychic thing where I had to stare into everybody's eyes and try to figure out what it was they were thinking. And of course, I come up with the word, of course, without a problem. And they were all pretty shocked and couldn't figure out what's going on. It was a lot of fun. So there's a lot of things you could do with it. It'd be fun. So Fly on the Wall, yeah, it's available too on Google Play, $1. And so those are the kind of apps that I have created that are out there. I think they're a lot of fun. And of course, there's the DCS app, which stands for Denver Computer Solutions, and it allows you to connect to our radio show. Something that I think is very cool. So that app is free, of course. The DCS app allows you to connect to our radio program. And we're going to take a break here for just a minute or two, a few minutes here, and then we're going to come back on the show. And thanks for tuning in. Okay. Hey, back at you here at DenverTechLive. We're back. Thanks for tuning in. So we're going to talk a little bit more today here, and our segment coming up here, and for this segment we're going to talk about gaming consoles. Those being gaming consoles such as PS3, the Xbox, I should say PS, because not only 3, we're going to talk about 4 too, and Xbox, and Xbox 360, Xbox One, and the Wii, those type of things. This is more geared toward Xbox though, and Xbox One and PS4 that are out now. And one of the things I'd like to talk about is the fact that I found out that Xbox One and PS4 are not supporting PS3 games or the Xbox 360 games. So you can't play your Xbox 360 games on your Xbox One. And you can't play your PS3 games on your PS4. Something that Sony and Microsoft decided that they were going to do. Is that a problem? It is a little bit for me, yeah. It kind of is. And, you know, partly because certainly, you know, you have to replace the games for sure, right? I mean, so if you want to play your older games, or you know, the old games, you'd have to either buy new ones, replace all your games with Xbox One games so you can play them on there, which is obviously very expensive to do. At, you know, whatever prices they're at, you know. The other thing is, for me, I won't replace all those games. I won't do that. I guarantee you I won't. So if I buy an Xbox One and then I buy a PS4, then I'll buy future games for those consoles. But I'm going to keep playing my old ones. I'm not going to get rid of them because I paid for them. I bought them and I enjoy playing them. So now I'm going to have to keep 4 consoles around: my Xbox 360, my PS3, my Xbox One, and my PS4. Now I have 4 consoles sitting around here. That's kind of the part I really don't like about it. I'd kind of rather, like, when I move to the new platform, just kind of move on, you know. You know, I just don't want to go replace all those games that I already have, and I've already bought and paid for, and replace them with PS4 games, the same game. I don't really want to do that. I suppose down the road I will eventually, you know, I will get there anyway, I guess naturally a little bit, because as new versions come out, which happens usually every year, you know, for the games, they come up with a new version, you know, whatever it is. Well, if you're playing Call of Duty, well, the next version of Call of Duty will come out, and I'll buy it for the PS4. and probably won't play the old version anymore. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. I guess I'd eventually get there, so it's not really that big a deal. But for a while, I'm going to have 4 consoles sitting around here for sure. For a while, anyway. Kind of it takes up space. Kind of annoying a little bit. So if it played with the if they were compatible with their last version of game, PS3, you could play it in the PS4. I think it'd be great, and I'd replace games anyway eventually because I would buy the new versions of the games. So I don't see and I don't think they're gaining that much by doing that. I really don't. I don't think it was probably a good idea. But it that irritates people a little bit too, I think. But it's a decision they made, and that's how it is. So there we are. But I do. I'm a gamer. I do play some games. I do play Call of Duty. I play some golf. My wife and I play golf on the machines. We enjoy that too. Call of Duty's probably my favorite. And the reason I like it is because I play the online. And what I enjoy about it is I'm actually interacting with other people when I'm playing it, as far as the game is concerned. I'm actually playing a human being. That's what I mean. I'm not just playing source code that was written and there's a pattern that I have to figure out in order to get past this level or this point, whatever it is, this part of the game. And once I figure that pattern out, that's it. I beat it. I know what it does. I know how it works, and it's the same thing every time. Humans playing Call of Duty are unpredictable about what they're going to do, and that's what makes it fun. That's why I like it. I'm not just playing a pattern. I'm playing a human who is unpredictable. That's what's cool about it. That's why I enjoy the online game. And it's not the only online game, but it's one of the biggest ones for sure, without question. And I really do like it. So I'm a gamer, but only thing I can say that I don't like about Call of Duty, because it's a good game, fantastic game. The only thing I don't like about it is it seems like, well, obviously it's a game where you collect experience points, and the more experience points you have, the higher the ability of your character in the game. Which I get, I understand it, because I mean, we think back Dungeons and Dragons days, and in those games, it was all about hit points and everything too. And the longer your character was around, the more experience he got, the more XP points he got, the more hit points he had, the stronger he was, the better he was. So there's some reality there, and that's a cool concept, and I think it's I think it has its place. I kind of think that the problem with it is that obviously the longer you play and the more you play, the better your player is. Now, we all have different lives that we lead, and some of us have more time to play than others and do those things. And I do a lot of things, and I don't play Call of Duty 24/7. There are people who do that, and if you can do that, then you enjoy it, I guess so. The problem is, though, then when someone like me, and there's a lot of people like me that have other things they do, they can't play all the time. I can play for maybe an hour a night or something, or a half hour, and then I'm done. I have to move on to other things, and that's just how it is. That's how I am. So consequently, when I log in, my experience points are not nearly as high as some of the people that play all the time. So I'm at a huge disadvantage. And that's by game design, without question. That's how the game is designed, I believe. Problem with that is that it's not as fun for me because I can't come in and be competitive. Because my experience points aren't as high, and obviously my player's not as quick and agile and so on. So I'm at a disadvantage at that point. And I can't be corrected. There's nothing you can do about it. I feel like, in some ways, might be a better game with an even playing field, level playing field, where everybody has the same kind of experience points. Because I feel like Not only there's levels obviously, and I think the new one goes up to level 55, I believe, if I remember correctly. I'm not positive. Don't quote me on that, but whatever that number is, you go from 0 to or 1, 0 to level 1 to 55. So let's say you're at level 55. That's max, okay? But then you prestige and you start over and go back 1 through 55. So the prestige level seems to me like it also gives you a more power and a huge advantage. Like if you've prestige 5 times, and this guy's prestige hasn't prestige yet, but he's on level 55. And you're on level 55 at prestige level 5. Then he has a much better advantage over you because he's played longer, put more time into it. That's understandable, but I get the concept and I fully understand it. But then what it does is people that don't have the ability to play all the time and devote an extreme amount of time to it aren't going to be competitive. And I think that for a video game, you should be able to play it, whether you play it for a half hour or a day, or whether you play it for 8 hours a day. You should be able to be competitive when you log into play. That's how I feel about it. And many people that play all the time say, "Oh, you're just whining." Well, maybe, but it's not as much fun for me. I do know that. It's a true fact. It's just not. It's not as much fun when I can't be competitive. And it's by game design that I can't be competitive unless I play a lot. So the other thing about that is it encourages people to play a lot. Is that good? I don't know if that's good or not. Games that are played a lot are popular, so that's good. But in order to be competitive, you have to play all the time. So what it does, it puts a lot more players out there, forces more players to play for a longer period of time, puts more drag on the server, more people on time. Does that help the game? Probably not. Probably slows it down a little, makes the servers work harder. Maybe if everybody's on a level playing field, people felt like, well, I can play now for a half hour and I can come back tomorrow and I can play again for a half hour and still be competitive. I won't be trying to be on all the time. Maybe less people be on as long. I don't think it's good to encourage people to play all the time. That's kind of what the game is doing a little bit, I think, and I don't like that. But it's still a fun game. I do play it. It gets a little. In fact, I think I actually play less for that reason because I'll get on, I'll log in, I'll start playing, and I'll get in there where these people have prestige level way up there, and they're level 55, and they're just slaughtering me. I can't do anything. Then it's just not fun. So I'll sign off. And sometimes it's a matter of what room you're in or whatever on a game. But yeah, I think it'd be cool if maybe if you had an option like, okay, I want to play where I have an advantage if I play more, or I want to play where it's based on experience points and how good you are and how long you played. And the more time you put in, the better you are at the game because your player gets better. Not because you're really any better. You might be a little better if you play longer and more often, but not much. Most of it's based on how your character and your player as a whole in the game has more experience points and actually works better and works faster and does things quicker and has more speed and so on. So it's not really the players better; it's the characters coded to be better. In other words, so it's built in code that you're better, not that you're actually better with your hands and the controller and your strategies or whatever. Not necessarily. So if you had an option, so okay, I want to play that way. I like the game that way because some people I'm sure like it that way. They think it's cool, and maybe it is. It is. I guess if you have that time. So those people get to play that way, and they can play that way, and that works for them. So that's cool. But then those who would rather be able to play for a half hour a day and then maybe a half hour next day and still be competitive. We should have an area in the game or some way to turn it off so that we're playing level playing field. That's the game we're gonna play, or have a game in it this is a level playing field game, so you can go in and be competitive even though you don't play all the time, and maybe your prestige level's not that high. And I don't mind a little difference as you level up, maybe get a little better. But let's max it out and say, okay, once you hit level, whatever, 55, whatever it is, once you hit that level, that's as good as you're going to get. If you prestige, it won't matter. You're still as good as you're going to get. Or maybe not, just drop the prestige altogether and just say you're level 55 and you're as good as you're going to get. I have no doubt there are people that go on there and say, well, I'm prestige level 10. And the word prestige alone tells you they feel that way. They're proud of it, right? And so I'm better because well, you are probably, but it just means you had more time to play the game than I have, and that doesn't mean you're better. So that's kind of how I feel about it. It's like you're not really a better player. Your character's just better because you've been playing longer. And that's the way it's designed, though. It's by design, so that's how it is. But I just think that it should have the option to be a level playing field. So you can be competitive no matter how much time you put in the game and so on. But that's just my opinion. If you have an opinion that feels different, you want to talk about it, call me, 720-420-9276, Denver Tech Live. You can give us a call and talk about anything you need to talk about. So we're going to take another break. Be back in about 5 minutes. And thanks for tuning in. And hope you're enjoying the show. And for sure, give us a call. Love to hear from you. Hey, welcome back, Denver Tech Live. Thanks for tuning in. Bill Holshoe here, President and CEO of Denver Computer Solutions. Glad to have you back. So, we talked about several things today. One of the things I wanted to mention too is the movie, a movie that's out now on DVD. It's called Jobs, and the movie's Jobs, and the movie's about Stephen Jobs and Apple Computers and the company and how they came about, and kind of the life of Stephen Jobs within Apple. It's very good movie. Really enjoyed it. I recommend it. Gets 5 stars from me. Ashton Kutcher did a great job, I thought. That was really good, really good. So, now I will admit, I'm a kind of a technical person, so that's kind of my thing. That's why I liked it. So, but it was very good. Yeah, it was very cool. I thought it was really interesting. So I recommend it. Check it out. Yeah, it's on DVD now. Jobs. Very cool. So we talked a little bit today about how the technical field has moved into other fields and other technologies. And I talked a little bit about how technology has moved into thermostats that we keep in our homes, and how you can connect to Wi-Fi and adjust your temperature in your home, and it automatically switches between heat and cold. You don't have to do that manually anymore. It's very cool stuff out there. So if you're looking to get a thermostat, check it out if you happen to need one. It's something I think is very cool. Talked about a couple apps that we have out. Denver Computer Solutions has produced. One is called Here, to help you hear better in certain environments when your hearing aids won't quite do the job for you. It could be a great assistance in certain situations, able to be more specific about where you're picking your sound from for your hearing aid. Not for your hearing aid, but for the app, which plays through either headphones or through a Bluetooth headset that you wear, and it directs the sound directly into your ears through your headset. And with the phone, you can kind of direct where the sound's coming from. It's kind of something that helps a lot in certain situations. My cousin uses it and helps out a lot. And the other one, of course, Fly on the Wall, allows you to listen from afar. You wear a Bluetooth headset, connect to your phone, set your phone down, run the app. The app will pick up any sound that's around the phone and redirect it to your headset, so you can hear it from afar. So wherever you are, you can hear what's going on around your phone, the conversations and whatnot. So very cool. Could be very useful. I think it's kind of a cool app. You should check it out. It's only $1. Both those apps actually are only $1 on the Google Play Store. So they're very cool. And then we talked, of course, about the consoles, the game consoles, and how Microsoft and Sony decided to make it so that the machines are not backward compatible with games, so you can't play a PS3 game on a PS4, and you can't play an Xbox 360 game on an Xbox One. A little annoying. I don't think they gain much by doing that. Apparently they think different, or unless it would require more, or let's say, I'll put it this way. Let's say that the Xbox 360 game would not be compatible with the hardware that is in the PS4, which is kind of hard to believe, but maybe that's the case. I don't know. If that was the case, then you'd have to put additional hardware in it, so it would cost more to make the game more expensive. Make the machine more expensive. Now that I get that if that's the case, and it's possible, I suppose. Anything's possible, but other than that, I don't like that, and I don't see what they would gain. But if it required more hardware and made the machine more expensive, I get it. And it's possible, but I like it better if you could play the Xbox 360 games on there too, because I don't know. I don't like this throwaway thing. Okay, I got this. Okay, I'll throw that away now. Okay, I'll throw that away now. It just drives me kind of nuts a little bit. Plus, I have to keep 4 machines around for a while if I buy one. I haven't bought them yet, anyway. I did see the Xbox One though in a local store. $699, $700. Wow, I was kind of surprised. That's a lot of money. That's the most. I think that's the most I've heard for price for a gaming console ever. I was really surprised. Let's see here. Let me do a check here on. See if I can kind of get an idea of. I don't really know what the PS4 costs. I'm gonna take a look here and see if I can get a price here. Let's see. Huh. Weird. I'm not. There we go. Okay. Let's see here. PS4 console. Out of stock online. $399. And the Xbox One I saw at the store. I don't know if it's that price everywhere, but I saw it for $699. Okay, here's one though for $499, so that's not so bad. So Xbox One Standard Edition $499. This is Walmart. Yeah, so yeah, that's not too bad, I guess. So I think for my next segment, my next show next week, next Saturday, 1:00 p.m. of course, Mountain Standard Time. I'm going to do a little bit of research into the Xbox One and the PS4, and do a little bit of technical digging here and see what kind of they've done here and what the advantages are, and we'll talk about that next Saturday. That'll be kind of fun because I haven't looked into it yet. I haven't. I've been kind of busy doing a few other things, right, and making some apps and stuff like that. So I really haven't had time to kind of look into it. But I'm going to and talk a little bit about it. I like I said, the only thing I know for sure is that they're not backwards compatible with the PS3 and the Xbox 360 games. A little disappointed there, but that's what they decided to do. So. Like it won't be the end of the world because, as I said before, eventually I will replace the games as the new versions come out. But sometimes I like to go back to versions though, especially with Call of Duty, because I find that sometimes I'll go play. I still play Modern Warfare 3 sometimes. I still go back and play that once in a while, and I like to go back and forth between them. So some days I'll do well with the Modern Warfare 3, and then it's not going so well next day or something. I'll switch over to Black Ops 2 or something. I'll play that for a while. Kind of go back and forth with those. Ghost has been tricky for me. I felt like when the game first came out, it felt like I was very quickly at a disadvantage, like as if someone had gone to. Some players had gone to the prestige level 10 or something on me. All of a sudden, I'm just getting slaughtered. So it felt like that to me. I don't know what it was, but I had some trouble adjusting to it, and haven't had much luck with ghosts really. Did a couple times, but for the most part, I haven't really. I don't know if it's because people are hacking the game or what, but I've been having some difficulty playing it, whereas not as much with the others in the past. So. And maybe that's because it's new and they're still making adjustments or something. Who knows? I don't know. But yeah, I did notice that. So we're getting ready to wrap up the show here. But look forward to seeing you next Saturday, and see if we can find a little bit more out about these Xbox One and the PS4, so we can talk a little bit about them, about what the what's new, what's upgrades, new hardware, new this, new that. Find out what's new, what they've improved, and see see what's up with those, and talk about that a little bit. So, but thanks for tuning in again. Appreciate it, and we'll be back here next Saturday, of course. Denver Tech Live. Give us a call, and we'll talk it up. Remember, give us a call next week, 720-420-9276. 720-420-9276. Denver Tech Live. Thanks for tuning in, and have a good day.